So I'm enlisting the topics that we are going to cover in these 4 different sessions. We will be starting with references. What references are? There are 3 types of references. We'll be discussing about those all 3 references. Then we'll be discussing about text functions. We'll be discussing about date and time functions. All right. So there are various functions. Text functions, the list of is very big. We'll be discussing about those functions. Date and time functions, lookup functions like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, array functions like unique, sort, filter. There are various array functions as well. So we'll be discussing about those. Conditional functions like if function. All right. So there are conditional functions and there are some other functions. For example, there are some statistical functions as well. So these functions we'll be learning. Then we'll be learning about some, for example, SUMIF, COUNTIF, AVERAGEIF, MAXIFs, MINIFs. There are various other conditional functions we'll be learning. We'll be learning about database functions like dsum, dcount, all right, daverage, dmax, dmin. We will be learning about conditional formatting. All right. And then we will be discussing about the protection of sheets, protection of data, protection of workbooks, how to protect your data and worksheets. Then we will be discussing about pivot tables, how to analyze data using pivot, how to format pivot. There are various features associated with this. Okay, and how to create charts or visualizations using Excel. Like we'll be discussing about pie chart, line chart, area chart, tree map. Okay. There's a tree map visual, column chart, bar chart, and how to format these charts. Then we'll be learning about slicers. What are the slicers in pivot working with tables? What is a timeline? Okay, what is, and for example, what is Power Query? How to sanitize data using Power Query? What is Power Pivot? How to build reports using multiple data sheets. All right. We'll be discussing about analyze data tool. We'll be learning about flash fill technique. Okay. We'll be learning about, this is AI feature. We'll be learning about recommended pivot tables, recommended pivot charts. These are embedded AI features available within Excel. All right. We will also learn how to analyze data using ChatGPT or Copilot. How to write, how to generate Excel formula or using ChatGPT or Copilot. All right. And then we'll be discussing about how to work with Excel table, how to work with Excel ranges, how to work with range name concept. All right. So this is all. Only these are the bullet points only. So there, every topic itself is a very big topic. So it will be a time-consuming process. So you will be learning a lot. A lot of learning will take place during these 4 sessions. So I will request everyone not to miss even a single session. All right. Otherwise, you will get the videos as well. But attending the session and putting up your queries is a different thing. So it's better to remain available. So this is all we are going to discuss in these 4 sessions. Apart from this, there are a lot more things we have to discuss, like data validation is there, data validations, say macros. We'll be discussing about these things also. How to record a simple macro. So what is the objective of macro? How to work with it? So it's really going to be a session which will definitely help you out in upskilling in this skill of data analysis using Excel. There are various other things we are going to learn, and it is really going to be the engaging sessions. All right.
So for AI feature, Excel version 13, 2013 is.
No, 13 is not fine. So you need to upgrade it. In the next session, please try to upgrade it. At least you should have 2019 session. 19 version is fine. Or you can go for Office 365 as well. Okay, so this is a paid version available. So you can subscribe for it as well. All right. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss. All right. So let's start with the first topic of Excel. I'll be starting with references. But so first of all, Excel, we all know that it's a part of Microsoft Office product. It's a part of Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office suite contains Microsoft Word. It contains PowerPoint. It contains Excel. It contains Outlook. It contains Publisher. There are various other things. All right. So the most important products I have named out. So the Excel is actually a spreadsheet program. Okay, so what this spreadsheet is, you can see there are columns and rows. There are columns named as column A, column B, column C, column D. These are called columns. We have around more than 16,000 columns here. How many rows are there? We have 1 million rows. 10,48,576 rows are there. All right. So we have approximately 16,000 columns and 1 million rows. So this much of data can be stored in one sheet, Excel sheet. This is called as Excel worksheet. And this entire file that you have opened that you call as Excel file, this is called workbook. All right. This is known as Excel workbook. When you launch Excel application, you see only sheet 1 is available. So sheet 1 is your worksheet, and you have opened your Excel workbook file. You can open multiple worksheets. So the data that I was explaining you that there are how many rows, 16,000, 1 million rows and 16,000 columns. I was telling you about one sheet only. You can have more than one sheets you can create. All right. So this is the limitation of Excel, that it cannot support more than 1 million rows. So what we need to do is in each cell, here in this cell, if you click on a cell, you see that it gets highlighted. And every cell has a unique address. And address can be identified from this name box. You can see it from the name box that the address is available. Right now, I am in cell which one? D3. It is written where? In the name box. This box where I have highlighted in red color, you can see its name is name box. And what is this? This is called your formula bar. This is your formula bar. Okay. So what we can do here is, this is your formula bar. And these are your columns, column A, B, C, D. These are called your rows, 1, 2, 3. These are called your sheets. You can create multiple sheets. And this is individually called a cell. But if we select multiple cells, this is called a range. Range can be this big, that much big, and it can be, all right, it can be more better. All right. So this is how we have to work with this Excel. So this is the environment. What are these called? These are called different tabs available. These are called your ribbons. When you click on a particular tab, you see that the commands gets changed. This is called the ribbon. This is known as ribbon. This is home ribbon. This is if you click on insert, the ribbon gets changed with different set of commands related to insert tab. If you click on data tab, the commands will change and will be related with data tab. You can click on this developer tab, view tab. My macros is my own tab. This tab is not available in your systems. I have created my own tab also. You can also create your own tabs like this formulas tab, data tab. You can create your own tabs. I'll be explaining you this also. All right. So whenever you are working in Excel, you know that you can punch the information, you can punch the data in this Excel. What kind of data can be punched in? In Excel, we can punch the text data, we can punch numbers, numeric data, we can punch dates as well, and we can have some special characters also. This is how we punch some information or some data. All right. So whatever information we punch in, for example, I'm in cell A1. If I press some numbers or type some numbers here, if I write 10 here, press enter key, type another number, press enter key, you see that the active cell is moving downwards. And when I press 30, 40, this is how I'm getting the numbers down the line. If I want to go up, you can use arrow keys to move to different cells. If I'm here, I want to type other than number 200, 300. So this is how I have entered some numbers here. If I'm here right now, say this G1, what is the address of the cell? G1. If I type 10 here also and copy it, what values I'll get? 10. And if I copy like this also towards right, I'll get what? 10. So it's not changing. Okay, because the cell G1 contains a value as 10. What if I do not type a value here, rather I press is equal to, select this A1, what this will reflect now? 10. But when I'm copying this 10, pasting it down the line, what values I'll get?
20, 30.
Yeah, I'll get different values. Why? Why not 10 is coming? Because
Because the
this cell
formulas.
does not contain a value, rather it contains an address of a particular cell, say A1. So this G1 is now pointing to cell A1. All right. When I'm copying it down the line, A1 turns to A2. It becomes A3, A4. When I'm copying and pasting down the line in different rows, you will see that the row component is changing. What is A in A1? A is column, 1 is row. So when I'm copying and pasting down the line, A is not changing. Only row part is changing because I am pasting the information in different rows. Because right now the formula was in A1. When I will copy it in row 2, it will become A2, A3, A4. This is how reference gets changed. And when I'm copying it towards right or across, I will get what values will come here this time?
100, 200, 300.
100, 200, and 300. What is happening exactly here? This is A1. It will become B1, C1, and D1. This time column is changing, row is not. All right. So this is what exactly it is happening. Because we are pasting the information in different columns, but row is same. That is why row component is not changing, only columns are changing. So it all depends where you are pasting the information. Once you have typed a formula, this is called as formula is equal to A1. This is known as your formula. If you copy any formula down the line, the row component will change. When you will paste it across, only the column component will change. Got it? So this type of reference is known as relative reference. And this is the default reference in Excel. This is the default reference. All right. And I am not going to do anything for relative reference. By default, it is relative. If I don't do anything, it is relative. Now I'm in a blank cell. Press is equal to, again type the reference A1. The similar reference I have typed in G1. Now I have typed in G6. And value is A1. But I will use this time an F4 key. Can you see the F1, F1, F2, F3, F4, F5? There are functions keys at the top of your keyboard on your laptops. You will be able to figure it out. How to work with these keys? For example, I want to work with F4 key. You see the F4 key is available. But if I press it directly, it's not working. How to work with this? On some laptops, you will find Fn key at the bottom alongside your control key. You will find function key, Fn. You need to press Fn key and then press F4. You will see that it turns to $A, $1. It was earlier only A1. When I pressed F4 key only once, what happened to this A1? It changes to $A, $1. By placing dollar against column and by placing dollar against the row as well, what I am exactly doing? I am freezing the row, I'm freezing the column as well. So it means when I'm freezing it, I'm locking it, it means nothing will change. Whenever I copy this formula now, for example, if I hit enter, if I copy it, say down the line, the values will not change. I will get the same value. What is happening? It is $A1, $A1, $A1. By placing dollar, we are freezing the row and freezing the column because the dollar symbol is appearing twice. One before the column name, another before the row name. So $A1 becomes $A, $1. By placing dollar against each, what we are exactly doing? We are freezing both row as well as column. It means nothing will change this time. And you can experience nothing is changing. But if I copy it across, will it change or not? No.
No.
Of course, no. Because we have freezed both. Because dollar is placed before column and row both. Here the rows were supposed to change. Here the column were supposed to change. Because I have locked both, so nothing will change. This type of reference is known as absolute reference. And here what we did, by how we can achieve it by pressing F4 key once. If you press F4 key once, you will see that this absolute reference can be achieved. And you see that both row and column got freezed, locked. Nothing will change now. Now, again, I'll come to a blank cell. Again, I'll press is equal to, take the same reference A1, but this time I will press F4 key twice. Once, twice. What happened this time? Only row is freezed, column is free. Column is not freezed. Only row component is freezed because earlier it was A1. It now become $1. So dollar is not appearing before the column. It is appearing before the row only. So you see that which component will be freezed, row or column? Only row. Only row is fixed. Only row is freezed. Dollar is appearing before row. One is row, A is column. So column is free, but row is freezed. Row is fixed. It means row will not change because we have freezed it by placing dollar against it. It will not change now. So when I copy it down the line, I know that whenever you are copying a formula down the line, which component gets changed? Row. But this time row will not change because I have placed dollar and freezed it. So row will not change. I'll get to know this same value here. What if I copy it across? Will I get same or different values? I'll get different values. Very right. Yes, very right. So I'll get different values. Why? Because I have not freezed the column and it will become $1, $1, $1, but here it's not changing. This is $1, $1, $1, $1. And here it will change. Why it is changing? Because reference is mixed one. Only one component has been freezed. That was row. That is why row is not changing, but column will change. This type of reference is known as mixed reference. Got it? And mixed reference can be achieved by pressing F4 key twice. And which part is freezed? If I press twice, so this is called row freeze, or we can call it as horizontal freeze also. Two names can be assigned. I'll come to a blank cell again, press this is equal to again. I'll take the same reference A1. This time I'll press F4 key once, no. Twice, no. I'll press it twice. So it becomes $A1. This time, which part is freezed? Column is freezed.
Column is free.
Row is not freeze. Row is free. Are you understanding it? No confusion at all? Okay. So which component is freeze now?
Column.
Column is freeze, yes. So if I copy it down the line, because I have not freeze the row, it means it is change. When it will change, I'll get different value. Whenever any reference component change, so I'll get different values. But here what I am supposed to see, this is $A1, $A2, $A3, $A4. But if I copy it across, because I have freeze the column, it means column will not change. I'll get the same values. This is again known as mixed reference. Why mixed? Because this is not absolute. Because there are only two components, row and column. When both are freezed, it is absolute. When either of it is freezed, it is mixed. All right. So this can be achieved by pressing F4 key twice. This is called column freeze, or you can call it as vertical freeze also. Got it? I'll come to a blank cell again, press A1 again. I'll press F4 key once. What is happening here? This is absolute. What is this? Row freeze. Row freeze, yes. This is
Column freeze.
Next, this is nothing is freeze. This is absolute. This is relative reference
Relative.
by default. So you can, it will come back to square. So you need to press F4 key 4 times. It will come back to square, and you will see that it's showing relative reference. This is how the references work. I believe the concept of references is pretty clear to everyone. If there is any confusion, please do let me know, or else I proceed. May I proceed now? Great. So now we'll be having one exercise also to experience how actually different references work and behave. If we put for a practical use, let's see how. This is column B, this is column C, and column B contains quantity, column C contains rate. I want to calculate the column of amount as amount column, and it should be here as well. What I will do to get this amount, you know that whenever you are working in Excel with numbers, so you can do arithmetic operations, like you want to add the numbers, you are able to do it. Multiply, subtraction, division, all the calculations are possible. So, all right, because Excel is meant for this, what you can do is I'll press is equal to, here I will be writing one formula. So I'll press is equal to, select this value 10 and multiply it with, in order to multiply, which key I have used here? This is Shift 8, or the key and what is the symbol appearing? This is asterisk, and I'll select this C4. Please notice that the color of B4 and cell as B4 10 is same. The color is same. C4 and 20, the color is same, red. Got it? And if you hit enter, what value will come here? 200 will
200.
come. If I copy it and paste it down the line, what values will come? 200 or different values will come?
Different.
Different values are coming. This is right. How it is being done? What is helping us to achieve this?
Relative
This is
reference.
relative reference, because relatively the formula is shifting. What is happening actually? See here, this is B4 and C4. Come down and see what happened to the formula. B5, C5, B6, C6, B7, C7, at the last B13, C13. So B and C are not changing. Why? Because I'm pasting the information in same column. That is why column shift will not take place because I'm pasting the information in different rows. That is why only row component is changing. B4, C4 is becoming B5, C5, B6, C6, B13, C7, 13. This is how it works. So this is an appropriate example to understand relative reference. So this is the beauty of this Excel, which because this relative reference is helping us a lot. Otherwise, if this concept is not at all there, you need to write or punch the formula again and again and for different values. And for example, we have 10,000 records. You will take entire day to fill those values. All right. So this is the beauty of relative reference. We are able to do it in seconds. All right. Yeah. Now let's take an example of absolute cell references also. This is mentioned in column H. You can see US dollars are mentioned. You need to convert it into Indian rupees. In order to convert this amount into Indian rupees, we have this currency conversion rate. It is specified in this yellow cell. I change the color to this 80. So what I am supposed to do here is I will multiply this 10 with 80. 20 also I'll multiply with 80. 30 also. And then I multiply 60 with 80. So every time I'll be referring to this same cell. These values will keep on changing. These values are changing, but this will be constant. I will not be changing this value. How to do it? I'll come here, press is equal to, select this value, H8, multiply it with what? This cell. So I'll do what? I will freeze this 80. Only J3 I will freeze. I will not freeze H8. If I don't do anything, see what is the result. I'll simply copy and paste. I'll not get the result. Why? See here. Press F2 key to check the formula. What is happening? H8 becomes H9. But J3 also become J4. J5, J6, it is shifting. You can notice the shift taking place. You can notice the shift there. So this shift should not take place. I'll select this J3, press F4 key, make it absolute. It means it will not change. So H8 will only change, but J3 will not change. Copy and paste it now. I'll get all the values perfectly. Got it? Is this part clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
How we can do it? But if we have no idea about references, we will not be able to solve it. You will be writing the formula again and again. So you must know this concept. So this is the very basis, very fundamental that everyone must know while you want to work with Excel in a proficient manner. All right. So now the next topic that we are taking, the next example is about standard price quantity matrix. We have to solve this matrix in order to understand the concept of mixed references. We will be taking this example. What exactly we have to do here? See, the price is mentioned here. I'll make the color say orange. The quantity is mentioned here. I'll keep the color yellow. What I want is I will multiply this price 25 and multiply with this quantity 1000 and I'll get the result here. Similarly, here for this value, I will multiply the same price 25 with a different quantity. In this column, the price will be constant. For all these values here, the price will be what? The price always will come from this value M5. Got it? For this column, the price will be coming from this N5. For this column, the price will remain same O5. For this, the price will be. So when I'm pasting the information down the line, this is something as 5, which is common. This is M5, N5, O5, P5, because this row 5 contain all the prices. So this is 5 we have to focus on, which is common. We need to freeze this row while copying down. But while copying right, for example, I will do a different thing now. I want to write the formula here. I'll multiply this price with this quantity. Now, if I want to get the another thing, what you will do? You'll take this price, but which quantity? This quantity only. For here also, I'll take this price. The price will change, but quantity is not changing. Every time I'm taking 1000. For this value also, price will be 40 and quantity will be 1000 only. Got it? Clear or not? So when you are, so different references has to be focused. So there are two dimensions actually. Now, the crux of the story. This is row 5, which contain one dimension as price. This is column L, which contain other dimension as quantity. I want to multiply these two quantities, these two dimensions. How? I will come here. So you have to focus on row 5 and column L. Two things you have to refer. I'll come here, press is equal to, take this price. This is M5. So I'll freeze what? Because 5 is something which is common on all the prices. This is M5, N5, O5, P5. I'll freeze the 5, only the 5, not M. So this is mixed reference. I will freeze only the row, not the column. I'll press F4 key once, twice. So while referring price, I will freeze the 5, not M. Because next price is in N5. If I freeze M, every time the price will remain same. It cannot change. So I will only freeze row 5. Multiply it with this quantity. Which component I'll freeze? L or 6? I will freeze only L. For this, I'll press F4 once, twice, thrice, and press enter and copy it, paste it across. In order to paste, I'll press enter key. It is pasted after copying. And you will see that entire matrix is solved. If you don't have any idea about mixed reference, you cannot solve it. You will be punching the formula every time in a different cell. This is how, with the help of concept of mixed references, you are able to solve it. Over to you now. So what you have to do now, please open this sheet, do it yourself, and tell me when you are done with it. I will be waiting for your responses in the chat box. Everyone has to type done in the chat box once you are done with this exercise. I believe everyone has received the file. In case you are not unable to find the file, you will find one in the chat box itself.
I8.
I8. Where is I8?
I
I8. I8. Yeah.
So we can say quite right if we want for day 3 for the 80 to be fixed. So we have to press twice also to get to remove the dollar from this and then shift dollar to 3.
Yeah, if you want to shift it, you can do that. You can do that also. For example, what I'll do, I'll select this and press F4 key. This time, what is freezed? Only 3 is freezed. Okay.
Yes.
And this is only J is freezed. And if you press it again, nothing will be freezed. If you press it again, both will be freezed. Yeah, the values will change. I think you have done it. This exercise is done. Yeah, everybody please do it now. You need to copy it. Don't drag and drop. Simply copy it, press Ctrl C, select the area by using Shift and arrow keys and press Enter. You will be done with copying and pasting. So I will be waiting for your responses in the chat box. Once you are done with it, everybody please type done. Yeah. Copy, Control C, press Shift key, right arrow, down arrow, press Enter key. Done. Got it? So have you understood what is the significance of these references and how important they are while working with Excel? Otherwise, you will waste your entire day in filling up these formulas. All right. So this is the beauty of this reference. And it will help you to write the complex functions or complex formulas while working with Excel. You will experience it yourself when the session will proceed further. You will experience it that how important this concept is. That is why I always start my session with these references only. So guys, I'm waiting in the chat box. 1, 2, 3. Pratik has done. Harshali, Arnav, Pratik, Om, Natasha, Dinesh Chaudhary. 3, 4, 5, 6 responses I can see only. So everybody please do it. And if you have any queries, please do let me know. I'm here for your help and support. You may be working in any of the industries you like, but it is the very essential tool one must know. This is a very important skill. Everybody must know. Nowadays, even doctors are learning Excel data analysis and all. Priya, Vaishali, Arnav, Pratik, Om, Natasha. Still 4 responses are pending. Please do it at the earliest and we'll proceed now. The crux of the story was, this is row 5, this is column L. You have to focus on these 2 dimensions. So 5 will be freezed and L will be freezed. All right. So this is how it works. Now I would like to explain you about the functions in Excel. Excel supports a lot of functions, say financial functions, text functions, numerical functions, scientific functions, date and time functions, lookup function, conditional functions. So there is a lot of categories of functions are available. Diverse category of functions are available. Whatever functions you are working with, I will be just explaining you the basics of a very function. And I believe everyone knows about the sum function. You all have been working with sum function?
Yes.
Now just do it once again. I'll write is equal to, I'll write the function name sum. This is the inbuilt function. It is provided within Excel itself. You can see that whenever you write the function name, this is what exactly you get. This is called the description of the function. Adds all the numbers in a range of cells. It will help you to add the numbers in a range of cells. I'll open the braces. Every function has opening braces and closing braces as well. Once you open the braces, must be closed. And within the braces, you will find what? You have number 1, comma, number 2, comma, 3 dots, square, the braces closed. What these are called? Number 1, number 2, comma, dot, dot, dot. These are called parameters. These are called parameters. Or you can call it as arguments also. These are called arguments, or you can call it as parameters. So this parameter number 1 is there. And this number 1, because we are going to do the function will help you to add the numbers. So what kind of values it is looking for? Numbers. All right. So that is why it is expecting a number value, first thing. Then we have, can you see that there is no square bracket around number 1. But number 2 is enclosed within a square braces. If the screen is not clearly visible, you can experience it on your own screens. Type is equal to, type sum, open the braces. You will see the list of parameters enclosed within the braces. Number 1 is there, which is not having square braces. What do you mean by this? Why number 2 is having square bracket? Why there is no square bracket around number 1? No.
If number 2 is in minus, then it will do in that way. Like
No, this is not. This is not the right logic. Yeah. Anybody else? The reason is number 1 is the mandatory parameter. This is compulsory parameter. It has to be passed. You cannot skip it. You cannot ignore it. But number 2 is optional parameter. It's not compulsory. You can ignore it. Okay. So whenever you are working with any function within Excel and you see any parameter which is having square bracket, it means that can be ignored. Either you pass it or you ignore it. Function will still hold good and it will return the appropriate values. All right. Clear? So it's up to you whether you want to use it or not. It all depends upon the requirement, but you can skip this parameter. But you cannot skip number 1 as a parameter. The first one, you cannot skip it. This is the mandatory parameter. If you skip this function, this parameter also, say I close this. I'm not specifying the first parameter also. I close the parameter. I close the braces. Press enter. You will see that the error will come. It will throw an error. Remove this braces. Again, you will see the list of parameters. At least one number has to be specified. It means if I select this 25,000, so only one value has been selected. And it goes into which parameter? Number 1. I pressed comma. Comma is a separator. Between two parameters, we will be separating by comma. Press comma. Which parameter is highlighted now? Can you please see? After pressing
Number 2.
comma, number 2 is highlighted. If you don't want to pass it, simply remove it. Remove this comma. Don't pass parameter 2. Close this value. You will see 25,000 is coming. Because one parameter has been passed. I'll go back. Press F2 to edit it. Remove the braces. Press comma. I want to pass number 2 also. What I will do? I will select this range. What I did this time, I selected from cell M7 till M10. So I selected 4 different values. All these 4 values will go into which parameter? Number 2. So one parameter can accommodate range also, a single value also, multiple values also. I'll press comma. Which parameter is activated? 3rd. So if I select all these N6 to P10, so all these values will go into which parameter? Number 3.
Number 3.
Press comma. I'm pressing comma and the number of parameters are exceeding. You can see that there are 3 dots. What do you mean by 3 dots? It is continuing. No infinity. It's limited. Not more than 255 parameters can be specified in a particular function in Excel. It cannot support 256 parameters. Maximum limit of number of parameters is 255. All right. But not all functions support 255 parameters. So this is the function which can support 255 parameters. It means big amount or big range of data can be summed up. Got it? I'll press comma. Which parameter is highlighted now? Number 4. I'll do what? I'll select this. Can you see this? Where my cursor is now? On 17 row. I'll select this row. What happened there? Please notice what is happening here. It is displaying 17:17. Is it a valid range? Can I do this? Yes, I can do it. I can do it. What I've done, I have selected the entire row 17. There are 16,000 columns in this row. It means wherever in all the 16,000 columns, you type any number that will be taken into consideration by this sum function. This function will take that value and add it and will give you the result. Press comma and say I select this row 19. So these row 17 and row 19 will be taken into consideration. All the rows, for all the columns, 16,000 columns. And if I press comma again, suppose I come to this place, I select this W, column W. What is happening here? I selected the entire column. Got it? So I selected the column W. What do you mean by this? So entire column W will be taken into consideration for 1 million rows. If within 1 million rows, whatever number you will type, it will be added here. Close it. How many parameters I have consumed so far? 6 parameters have been consumed. How much are left? 249. All right. Is this part clear? So this
Yes.
is how you can give the ranges. You can select a specific cell, group of cells, entire row, entire column. So this is how you can pass the values. All right. So this is this sum function has a very good potential. All right. Hit enter. You will see that it's coming. So whatever it's row 17, this is 19,50,000. Suppose this is row 17. I'm typing here. Suppose I type the number 100. I'll get 195010. So wherever you will type, whether you are in right now, you are in cell column P. Suppose I press Control and right arrow key. This is the last column, 16,000 column, 6F, XFD. What is the column name? XFD 17. If you type 100 here also, you will get the value there also. This is what? This is 19502,200. One more 100 is added. This is how it works. I believe this is clear now. Everybody? Yeah. So this is how we deal with a particular function. The important thing was number of parameters. And one more important thing was there are optional and mandatory parameters that you should recognize while working with or dealing with a function. Because whenever you are working with a function, you will be interacting with a function through parameters. All right. So these are the parameters will be helping you to achieve the correct result by using a function. For example, you are using a VLOOKUP function, XLOOKUP function, average function, sum if, count if. There are various lot of functions are there. But who will be helping you? The parameters. So you must have thorough knowledge about these parameters so that you can interact with these parameters beautifully. And you are able to get the correct results. Got it? All right. I believe you are learning something. This is something very important. I am right now giving you the idea of basic things, which everyone must know. But I have seen people have no idea about this. So one must know it. This is very essential. If you know driving a car, you can drive anything also. Okay. So if you know the sum function very well, it will be very easy for you to work with other functions as well. Got it? Okay. Now, jump to the third sheet, text functions. Every time we are not going to deal with numbers because you have to deal with some text also. For example, I'm giving you some employees data. This data will comprise the employee key, employee name, designation, their roles, departments, location, remarks, professional qualification. All these things are text. All right. And we'll be having date of joining, date of birth, date of increment, date of retirement. These are called date values. So we'll be dealing with all these kind of data. So let's explore the text functions first because we have to deal with text also. Not every time we'll be having numbers. We'll not be playing around numbers every time. We have to deal with text also. So we should know these very basic functions, which everyone must know. And these are very important functions, very easy as well. So I'll tell you about these functions now. This is the list of functions we are going to deal with in today's session. Here I'll get the result and by writing the function names, I'll write the function and show the result here. This is the example or the sample data I'll be using or referring while writing the functions. I'll come here, write the which function here? Lower function. I'll write low is equal to, I'll write the function name. Can I write the function name like this? Can I do this? Because Excel is not case sensitive. It means irrespective of any case, you can write the function name or the keywords, it will take it. There'll be no problem at all. You can write it this way also. because Excel is not case sensitive. So you can write it lower like this also, or you can write it like this also. Say like this is also right. This is also right. And this is also right. Open the braces. Whenever you write a function name, before you open the braces, you will come to see this description. So initially, when you are using some functions, initially, when you have no good idea about these functions, it is better to read these descriptions so that you will have the clarity that what this function is about, what this function is going to do for you, how this function will be beneficial. Okay, so it will give you that understanding. How you see that it says what? Converts all the letters in a text string to lowercase. It means it will change the case. What this function is about, you'll get that clarity without executing it. You'll come to know what this function is about. I'll open the braces. I'll come across the number of parameters. How many parameters it is expecting? Only one. Just one. It cannot accommodate more than one parameter. It means if you press comma after passing one parameter, it will throw an error. You can, because the structure is not aligned. This is structure you must understand. If you know the structure very well, you will be able to interact the functions. So there are functions in Excel which require one parameter, two parameters, three parameters, 4, 5, 6 parameters. And there are functions in Excel which require no parameter at all. So we'll be working with diverse category of functions during these 4 sessions. All right. So what kind of parameter it is expecting? Text value. It's not expecting a number. It's expecting a text. All right. And this is the mandatory parameter. If you skip it, still it will throw an error. And there is no other parameter around it. So I'll simply select this text value, D3, and close the braces. I cannot press comma and pass other values because the structure is not allowing me to do it. Structure is having restrictions. I cannot do it. Close the braces here. Press enter. You will see that the entire text has been converted into lowercase. Got it? Similarly, you will write the upper function. It will convert into uppercase. Same number of parameters, same value of parameter, but the result will be upper. What is about proper function? The proper function will convert text into proper case, the first letter in each word to uppercase, and all other letters to lowercase. So this is also known as camel case. Proper case is also known as, if someone asks you to do it in a camel case, don't get confused. Camel case means proper case. Open the braces. If your boss asks you to convert into camel case, don't get confused. It's proper case. Please click it. What proper does? It will convert the first letter into capital and remaining letters will be small. First letter of every word. I of India, P of private, L of limited, G of great, C of company is capital. This is called camel case. All right. Next, we have trim function. What is this trim function? What do you mean by trimming? We trim our hairs, we trim the plants. So means it will help you to remove. It will be removing what? It will help you to remove all the spaces. For example, this is my sentence. Please see here carefully. This sentence contains extra spaces. Before, when the sentence is initializing or starting, before ABC, you'll get some spaces. After ABC and India, between ABC and India, you'll get multiple spaces. Between India and private also, there are multiple spaces. And after company also, there are multiple spaces. So there are multiple spaces around. You can add the number of spaces also. So what the trim will do? Trim function will help you to remove all the functions, whether it is trailing braces, trailing spaces, whether leading spaces or trailing spaces, or whether it's in between the words. So it will remove all, but not all. It will keep at least one space between two words. It will remove all extra spaces, but at least one space is required to distinguish the words. That it will keep. All right. Next, So this is a very important function, trim. Please remember it. Next, we have concatenate function. Concatenate means to join together, to bring together. This is my cell D8. It contains a word new. Then we have next cell E8, which contains a word Delhi. I want to combine these two values in different cells and want to get the result here in same cell, single cell. So I'll be using the concatenate function. Concatenate means to join. I'll write is equal to, I'll write the function name concatenate. Open the braces. The structure is similar to your sum function. It is expecting text 1, comma, text 2, comma, dot, dot, dot. So it can accommodate how many parameters? 255 parameters. Whenever you see 3 dots, it means 255 parameters can be accommodated. It is not expecting numbers. It is expecting what? Text. Only this is the difference. I write this one, D8. Where this parameter will go? Into text 1. D8 will go into where? Text 1. I'll press comma. Which parameter is active now?
Text 2.
Text is active now. I'll do what? Because I want to add a space between new and Delhi also. If I'll simply select E8, the space will not come. You will see that it will be joined together, new Delhi without space. But I want a space. I'll go back, press F2, remove this E8 first. Because in the parameter 2, text 2, I want to add something in between. So text 1 contains D8. Text 3 will contain Delhi. What about text 2? I will add a space by using double quotes or inverted commas. I'll press a space bar, space key there, and press comma and activate the third parameter. Select Delhi, E8. This is how I have passed D8 into text 1, space in text 2, E8 in text 3, and I'm able to combine it. And the result is new space Delhi. This is how you deal with the text, with this concatenate function. We have a function of sum. We have some operators as well. For example, I'm having these numbers. Let me write some numbers here. I'm having say number 10, 20, 30. I want to add these numbers. One way is I will write sum function. I'll take these parameters. All right. This is the one way around. The other way is I'll write is equal to, I'll take this one. I'll press plus. This is what? This is also doing sum, but this is not a function. This is plus operator. This is called arithmetic operator. This is an operator. This is not a function. I'll write this and then plus. I'll write this and enter. So this is called operator. Similarly, we have a function concatenate and we have operator as end. This is not a function. This is basically an operator. This is an operator like plus, minus, multiply, divide. We use symbols, no? So this is like an operator. How to do the so it's in concatenate operator. We call it as concatenate operator. Let's see how it works. What I'll do here, I'll write is equal to here. I'll select this D8 because this is not a function. There is no name at all. I'll do what? I want to combine this D8 with a space first. So I'll ampersand. Whenever you want to combine something, place ampersand. And now you want to add a space. You added a space. Now you want to combine again with something else. I'll again press ampersand and select E8. This is how I will be doing it. Got it? And I'll get the same result as concatenate. The result is same. Similar result as of concatenate. I'll receive it here as well.
So what's the sign for? Amper?
This is ampersand.
Ampersand.
Ampersand, yes. Or this is called as concatenate operator in Excel also. Clear? Next, we have left function, we have right function, we have mid function. What these are functions are about? I'll write is equal to, right? Let's write the left function. Read the descriptions, please.
Okay.
Returns the specified number of characters from the start of a text string. It means whatever string you are dealing with, whatever text you are dealing with, it will fetch, it will extract, it will draw specified number of characters from the starting of a string. This sentence, I'll open the braces. This is my sentence. This is my text. ABC India Private Limited is a great company. This is my text. This is my string. From this string, if I want to fetch the certain number of characters from the starting means from ABC. So I want to start, for example, I want to extract ABC space India. How many characters are there in ABC space India? ABC 3 space 4 India 5. How many characters are there? 9 characters. So there are how many parameters are there in left function? How many parameters are there? 2. First is mandatory. Second is optional. It means if you skip that parameter, still it will give you something. I'm skipping it. Close the braces without passing the second paragraph. Only pass the text. And you will get only one character has been extracted from the start. Otherwise, you will come here and specify how many characters are required. You will write 9 here this time. Close the braces. So what it will do, from the sentence D10, it will extract 9 characters. Space will be counted. Got it? What is about right function? It is simply do the converse from end, from the right side. Same number of parameters. First parameter is text. This is my text I'm going to deal with. D11, comma. Number of characters will be, suppose I want to extract the word company. The word company contains 7 characters. I'll write 7 here. So from the end of this sentence, 7 characters will be extracted. Now, one more important thing I want to discuss here. You see the word company is coming in capital letters, small letters. Here it was in small letters, it's coming in small letters. But I want the result in capital letter. What can be done? I will combine the functions. You can combine the functions. This is called nested functions. What is it about?
Nested.
You can combine more than one functions together. How to do it? Open, just double click. So I'll write is equal to function and I'll write upper function. Within upper function, within the braces of upper function, I'll write the function as right. So what this function will do? It will extract 7 characters from the D11 and it will pass the output as an input to the upper function. Then upper will convert into uppercase. You'll get the result in uppercase. So the innermost function will be executed first. Innermost function will be executed first. The output will be passed on to the outermost. This is how it works. You can combine multiple functions. So the final ultimate result will be from outermost function. Got it? This is how it works. Now we have another function called mid. What mid will do? We know how to extract from starting. We know how to extract from last. But we don't know how to extract from between, from the middle position. So I'll be using the mid function. How many parameters are there? 3.
3.
Any or only one parameter is mandatory? No.
3.
All the 3 are mandatory. All the 3 parameters are mandatory. No optional parameter is there. It means if you skip even a single parameter, it will throw an error. All the parameters must be passed. Then only you'll get the result because none of the parameter is optional. Okay. So I think structure is helping you to interact with functions. All right. So this is how it
Yes.
works. So first, what is the first parameter? Text. I want to extract this. I want to use this text, comma. Second parameter is start number and number of characters is the third parameter. I want to extract from this sentence ABC India Private Limited. Say I want to extract the word private. It is in between. It's not in the starting. It's not in the end. So I want to extract the word private. How to do it? So this is my text D12. First parameter gone. Second is starting number. What is the position of letter P of private? So position of letter P is starting number is 11. ABC space India contains 9 characters. After 10th, 11th position, P is occupied at 11th position. So this is the starting number of word P of private is at 11th position, comma. How many number of characters? Now it is asking about number of characters. Number of characters means how many characters are there in the word private?
7.
7. Close it. You will see that the word private has been extracted. This is how it works. All right, exciting? Yeah. Then we have the length function. Length function will help you to find the total number of characters in a text. Only one parameter is there. The total number of characters in this text are 44. But please note that 44 includes number of spaces as well. Including spaces, it is 44. All right. Including spaces, it is 44. Then we have another function called find. It's very important to know this function. It will help you a lot. Find will do what? Let's see. Whenever you write the find function, the description is very important and something very different is written in the description. Please read it out. Returns the starting position of one text string within another text string. Is it clear? It will find the starting position of one text string within another text string, full stop. Find is case sensitive. It is very important. Find is case sensitive. No other function in Excel is case sensitive. This is the case sensitive function. Means if I open the braces, find text. Suppose I want to know the position of word private. Earlier, I did it manually. I found the position of letter P by counting manually. I don't want to do this manual effort. I want to automate this task. I want to take the help of find function to just to know the position of letter P in the entire sentence. Find text. I want to find the position of word great. Okay, comma. Which text? Within text. This text. This is my text within text. So I want to find great within D14 and I want to start number. Please note the start number is in square brackets. It means it is optional. It's not mandatory. You can skip it. If I skip it, it means it will start the counting from first letter A, from first position A. It will start finding from the first letter A. Otherwise, you can skip, you can write it that start from the 10th position or say 11th position. So it will not start finding from the first position. It will start from the 11th position. It will skip 10 characters and start from the 11th one. Okay. So, but if I skip it, it will start from starting, or you can write it that start from starting. If you write one also, it will start from first character. So you can omit it also because that is optional parameter. If you don't specify, it will start from first character by default. So what it will do? It will find the value position of grade in the sentence D14 and the word 32. Number is, it will, position will come in number. What is the position of word grade? It will come in numbers only. Okay, clear? Now, if I want to find, there is one more grade. How to find the position of second grade? I don't want to find the first grade. I want to go with the second grade. What can be done now? Sorry. What you can do now? I want to find the position of this second grade. How to do it? Now, I'll come here. Remove it. Is equal to find. Find what? Grade. in the description of find function, one line was written, find is case
sensitive.
It means if you try to find the grade like this, it will throw an error. The case should be exactly the same that you are going to find in the sentence. The case must match because find is case sensitive. If you write the grade there is in capital letter, the grade you are finding here is in camel case. I don't want it. So you cannot write it like this. You must write like this only. Comma. I want to find it here. But this time, what was the position of the first grade? 32. Now the starting number, this parameter will help you. If you want to find the second grade instead of first one. The first grade was at 32 position. So it means now you will start finding onwards. You will write 33. If you write 1, it will always come at 32, 32, 32. So you must write 33. It will tell you that it is at 46th position. But the counting of position will start from first character only. Though it is actually finding the starting finding the sentence from the character you specify 33. But the position that it will return with respect to the first character, 46th. Got it? This is how it works. I believe this is done.
So what if you do from reverse from
You cannot do it.
then
It does not allow. Got it? Clear? So this is all about the text functions. There are a lot more text functions. You can explore it yourself. Now you know the tool, how to work with different parameters, how to say connect with these parameters and how to interact with parameters. You know the number of parameters, how to specify it, how to work with it. Now it will be very easy for you to interact with different functions. All right. Now,
so one more thing in that grade D 14.
Yeah.
First 32 that we have calculated already. That
which one?
the grade 1, the first grade in the sixth and in the D14. But what if you don't know that first one is 32?
What we can do is I will replace this 33 and write the find function again. So what this grade will give you? It will give you that start from the first position and will give you the 32. So 32 will come here. Find this find also will give you the position. No? So it will give you the first position. 32 will come. Then you will do what? Plus 1. Start from 33 position. This is how you can automate. But if you have 3 grades, you need to write it once more.
Then plus.
Yeah, plus 1 will take every time. Got it? So now this is an exercise for you. Text functions 1. In this sheet, we have 4 different data sets. This is the first data set. This is the second data set. And it is clear that what you want to do, small letters, capitalize first letter. Here you have to remove spaces. And what you have to do here, please understand it carefully. This is my product ID. And this is a fixed length data. This entire data length is fixed. Number of characters are fixed. So I want to fetch the first 3 characters here as a product. I want to fetch the PO as state. I want to fetch 1000179 as invoice number. Now I want to combine it also. I want to get the same result. FUR hyphen BO hyphen 1000179. This is the result, but I don't want to do it manually. Use the formulas, that the functions that I have explained you. That is not the formula actually, they are the functions. Formula is this one. If you write is equal to and say select some value and say plus, select some other value. This is what you are writing is a formula. But if you're writing sum, this is the function. Okay. So this is a difference. Please do it now. And there is one more data set at the bottom. There are 4 data sets. You have to fetch the first name from these names. And you have to fetch the last name also in this column. Do it now. Once you are done with all the exercises, all the 4 data sets, then only you will type done, otherwise you will not. If you have completed all the 4 data sets, please type done. I'm waiting for your responses. Arnab, Om, Pranav, Srishti, Natasha, Shali, Khushi, Dinesh, Vanshika, Srishti. Whatever queries you have, please put forward. Yeah, please. What's your doubt? Hmm? Mid one, yes, tell me. Yeah. Starting number, what do you have taken? Five mid. Yes. Comma. Start number will be what? From where you want to, what do you want to extract? में से आपको क्या एक्सेप्ट करना है बीओ? What is the position of starting number क्या है बी का? बीओ में से बी की पोजीशन बताओ. फर्स्ट कैरेक्टर है. बीच में से निकालना. 5. Right, 5. Comma. Number of characters in B. Close. You know by what? That's it. Invoice number 3. Yeah, invoice number will be what? From right you will extract. That 1000178 is the invoice number, no? It's already mentioned. See what you have to do. Oh, okay, Dinesh, I'll be explaining it in a short while. Till then, you please try to do everything, then I'll start it once only. Okay, let me start, no issues. See here. So first, I'll be starting from the start. So here what we need to do is, we need to convert it into small letters. I'll be using which function? Lower. Open the braces. And take this text. A2, close it, is equal to capital letter. I'll be using the upper function. Take this text, I2A again. And this camel case, I'll write proper. And I'll select this one. This. I'll select all the 3. Double click here.
Yes.
Double clicking will do what? Copying and pasting will be done. Come here. What I'm supposed to do here? I'll be using the trim function. I have to remove extra spaces. Open the braces, select this text, done. Simply double click here at the bottom right corner. Copying and pasting is done. Here also, I'll come here to fetch the first three characters. From this text, I want to fetch the first three. I'll use which function? Because it is from the starting only. So I'll use this left function. Two parameters. This is the text. Number of characters are two. I will write three. Sorry, three characters are there. I'll write number of characters as three. This one. What is about state? I'll write the mid function. Three parameters are there. First parameter is text, comma. What is the position of letter C in CH? So starting from FUR, it is at fifth position with respect to the first character of the sentence. And there are two characters in the CH. I write two here. And similarly, I'll be using the right function here. What the right function will do? From this text, I want to fetch 8 characters. Total number of characters are 8. What this product ID will do? I will concatenate it or you can use ampersand operator also. Click on this ampersand within double quotes, write hyphen. Because after FUR you want hyphen. Now again combine it with this CH. After hyphen you want CH. And after CH again you want hyphen. Again you put ampersand and within double quotes put hyphen. And again you want the third value as L3. So J3, K3, L3, all three combined with hyphen in between 2 times. I'll get this. Select all these 4 values, double click here, and this is done. So this much have been done. I believe everyone has done it. Now I want to see the result about this data. I want to fetch the first name here and fetch the last name here. How to do it?
Hello.
Pratik, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
I was not speaking anything. That's why I think my voice was not audible. Okay. So you have any issues? Harshali and Pratik.
No, sir.
Okay. So you have done this first name and last name extraction is done. You've done. How?
We usually use the left and right function.
Okay. So left and right are giving the correct results.
Yes.
Please compare. See it properly.
No, sir. So the results would be different because first
Yeah.
name.
Okay. Right. So let me show it how it works. If I write simply left function, open the braces, I'll select this text. I'll say how many characters are there in Manshi.
6.
Rajkumar, how many characters are there in first name? In Riya Banerjee, how many characters are there in first name? So number of characters are varying. You cannot keep it fixed as 6. This 6 will not work. It's working for Manshi, but it will not work for other names. If I copy and paste, it's not working here. You see, it's not giving you Raj. It's giving you Raj space KU, 6 characters. It's not giving you Riya. It's giving you Riya space B, 6 characters. Why? Because you have fixed it as 6 here. It's true for Manshi, but false for other names. What I'll do here? You see, every student name has something in common. That is space between first and last. Every name has space. Manshi space Sharma, Simran space Kumari, Bijan space Gop, Raj space Kumar, Riya space Banerjee. All right. So space is there. What I will do, I will remove this 6 because it's not going to work. First parameter is fine, F28. But I have to do something with this number of characters, which is not fixed. So I'll use find function here to know the position of space in this text, which is varying according to the number of characters. In Rajkumar, the space is at 4th position. In Riya Banerjee, it is at 5th position. In Manshi, it is at 7th position. Okay, so position is changing with respect to the number of characters in first and last names. Got it? So I'll find the position of space. But it will give me what? Extra character. Space is at 7th position. I want to extract 6th only. Rajkumar, in Rajkumar, the number of the space is at 4th position. But I want to extract only 3 characters. In Riya Banerjee, the space is at 5th position. I want to extract only 4 characters. So after counting the find by using this find function, I'll come to know the position of space, that is 7. The first case, I'll subtract by 1. So that, got it? Close the braces, enter. Now you copy and paste it. You will see the correct result. Got it? I hope now you will be able to do with the last name. Try to do or build a logic, but this time last name will need a different logic. Same logic is not going to work with last name. There has to be something different. So you have to think over it. Take your time. Invest your time. Try to see around what you can do with this. How to fetch the last name. This is an important exercise. Sometimes when I just want to teach you, I don't want to teach you the logic. I want to tell you that whenever you are working in Excel, sometimes you will not get the direct functions to get the result. You need to build some logics, apply some logics to fetch the results. So I just wanted to give you an example, or I just want to give you that understanding that you need some logic sometimes. You will not every time get the direct function. Though we have other ways around also to achieve this. I'll be explaining that also. I'll come to that. But I just want to tell you that how functions can work, help you out. Do it.
Sir, can you please show the formula for first name once?
Yeah, sure. Visible?
Yes.
Okay. Try to find the solution yourself for the last name. If anybody is able to do it, please let me know. But at least you should give sincere efforts. Try to see what can be done.
I'm a little close, but
Sorry?
there's an issue. I tried, and the answer is a little close, but
All right.
I
Can you
tried
please share?
with yeah,
Please
I
share me
tried
your
right.
screen. I just want to see what you have done.
Sure.
Yeah. I have stopped my sharing my screen. Now you can do it yourself. Please do it.
It's saying a host has disabled attendee screen
Okay,
share.
okay. Let me yes. Let me enable you, please. Yeah, please do it now. Any issues, Kushi?
Can you see my screen, sir?
No, it's not visible. I'm not able to see it.
Just a second. Please, just a moment.
Yeah, please take your time.
Can I tell you like orally the
Okay, tell me what you have done.
yeah. Uh, I did it right,
Okay,
then bracket open,
okay,
F28,
Perfect.
comma, find,
Okay.
bracket open,
Yes.
uh, space, semicolons and space, and
Okay.
F28 plus 1. I think that's somewhere where the issue is.
No, no, no. This will not give you the result.
Y- Yeah, like in the first one, it's showing I space Sharma. That's what I'm
Yes,
confused
yes.
about. How to?
Yeah. Will not give you the result. Okay. I'll be doing it.
So
Okay, let me show you how it works. What we have to do here, please see. Please see the name Manshi Sharma. And all the name comprises space. We have seen that. When we have reached to this position by finding the position of find, so it will give you 7 here. The position of space is at 7th position. You subtracted 1 and reached at this last character. This is how you have done in the previous example. In this example, you have done the same thing. But in order to find the last name, if you come to know this position 7, but how you will come to know that how many characters are there in the last? You want to see that. It will not help you. What we need to do is, I will find the length of this entire Manshi Sharma first, which is 13. Okay. By using which function? The length function will help me to find the position, the total number of characters. Then I will find the position of space, which is at 7. I will simply subtract from length the position of space. I'll get what? 6. This is exactly the same number of character in Sharma. Apply the same logic here. How many characters are there in Rajkumar? 9 characters are there. What is the position of space? 4.
Fourth.
Subtract 4 from 9. 9 minus 4. You will get what? 5. This is exactly the same number of character in Kumar. You can apply it with some other names. You will get the same result. So we have to apply this logic. Got it? What we have to do here is equal to write. Okay, this is my text, comma, number of characters. For this, I will write the length function first to know the total length of this entire name. Close the braces, subtract the position of space from this same sentence, Anshi Sharma. Close the right function, enter. You will get all the names, all the last names in correct manner. Got it? Different logics have to be applied. So you have to think in that way. Sometimes you will not get the direct functions. The purpose to explain this concept was to make you understand that sometimes you will not get the direct functions. You need to apply some logics. I believe this is done. You please try it yourself. And then after trying it, it will take 2-3 minutes. Please do it in understanding it how we have done. What exactly this function is doing. Please do that. And at 4 o'clock, we will proceed for a 15 minutes break. And we'll join the session at 4:15. And today we will conclude the session at 5. It will be a 3-hour session today. All right. I believe the concept is clear. Why we are doing it. After attending these 4 sessions, I can assure you that your Excel skills will be at the next level. This is just the beginning. The basic things I'm just explaining.
Sir, to upgrade into MS 2019, we have to purchase the entire thing, or I can just
You can download it, or you can, sorry, you need to purchase it, or you can ask some friends also, you can take them help. And this crack version is available, you do not pay anything else for this. But if you want to go for a better thing, it's better to you go for this Office 365, which will be the paid version. And you will get the latest things updated every month. So it's better to have that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it will not cost you much, around 300-400 rupees per month. Amit, it's better to go for that. Take the subscription online, and for 1 year you will get 3,000-4,000 you need to pay. So that will be the better. It will help you out. That is something very latest.
It will also be have the
It will be
PowerPoint.
everything will be there, and that everything will be, you will be having the upgraded version.
Upgraded.
Because there are some functions which you will not find in other pirated versions, or say the lower functions, you will not find those functions. And you will not get the upgrades. With Office 365, you will get the upgrades as well. And you will be able to practice the latest and new functions, the emerging functions. So it's better to work with Office 365. Okay, let's proceed for 15 minutes break. We'll join the session at 4:15 sharp. Please join at 4:15 sharp. Do not delay at all. Thank you. Please type joined in the chat box. Those who have joined, please type joined in the chat box. Still, we have 1 minute to go. How many have joined? Yes. All right. Khushi, Arnab, Rishabh, Natasha, Priya, and Pranav. What about others? Please do mention in the chat box that you have joined. So this last name is clear to all, how we have done it?
Yes.
Any confusion to anybody? All right. So let's jump. I'll just simply copy this. Copy it. Paste it down the line. And remove these formulas. Remove it. Come here. I'll tell you one more alternative. How to get this first name and last name. And you all know this alternative. I'll simply type Manchi. This is done. I'll write Simran. When I'm writing Simran, you see what is happening. I'm simply typing, doing nothing. And I'm able to see the preview of other values also. Press enter key. Come here. Write Sharma. Enter. What next?
Dubai.
Press K. You will see all the names. This feature is available since 2016. All right. This is called flash fill. This is artificial intelligence feature available in Excel. This is AI feature. It's available. आपको कुछ करना नहीं है. You are not supposed to do anything to activate and deactivate it. It's available, all available. You have to do it and you'll get this result without using any function and formula. You are able to do it. So now the question arises, why we learned those complex functions? No, this is not right. But the purpose to understand is that it has some limitation. This flash fill feature has some limitations and some problems. Just I want to explain you in the next sheet. This is my flash fill sheet. So what I want to show you about the flash fill, this is my first name. This is my employees data, where we have employee code, first name, last name, department, region, branch, hire date, and some sample text is there. What I want is, I want to combine this Raja and Ray. Which formula or which function you will use here to combine this Raja and Ray? Concatenate. I want the result in uppercase. I want the result in uppercase also. What you will do then? You will
Then
write
maybe
the
like
upper function first. Within upper, you will write concatenate. And then you will concatenate it Raja, comma. For space, you will add double quotes, comma. This Ray. Close it, get this. So I'll copy and paste and I'll get the other result. But now I'll tell you, you can simply type Raja and Ray in capital letter. You'll get it. Also, simply type it. Press enter. Try to type Kuldeep also. You'll get the same result without writing any formula and function. Okay. So you are able to do it. There is one limitation that I want to discuss. If you have left one column blank, and if you are working here, it will not work. For example, you have left one or two columns. You start typing Raja Ray. You keep on typing. Only you will have to type. Nothing will happen. Nothing magic will go. Only you have to type. This flash fill feature will not be activated. So no column can be left blank. So it has to be the adjacent column of your data. So for example, I want that this is my text where numbers are there. I want to fetch these numbers. I'll write 9,000. Press enter. I'll type 5,000. Press enter. I'll type 12,500. Press enter. But it's not giving me the result. Result will definitely come after few more, because this technology will do, what this AI feature will do, it will recognize the pattern, what you are typing. Once it gets acknowledged, or once it will understand the pattern properly, it will give the preview. Okay, this is how it works. So it's not taking that pattern. You can force Excel to do this. Press Control E, and you have forced it. Which key? Control and E. You have to press these two keys. Control E. You have forced Excel to do this flash fill. It has done it. So you are able to fetch these numbers from this column H. You are able to find all these numbers here. You can compare the result. It's coming correct or not?
Yes,
Any problem? No problem is there. What we are doing a visual check. Whenever you are working with flash fill, visual check is very important. Sometimes it will give you a result which you were not expecting. A very different result will come. And if you are not doing a visual check, you may land into problems. You may get your data corrupt. So visual check is very essential while you are working with this flash fill or Control E. Visual check is very much essential, but it's not possible to do the visual check when you are working with a large or huge data set. Even a visual check may get failed. So it's better to take or make use of the functions. Functions will give you foolproof result. No visual check is required. They'll give you the concrete results, solidified. So it's better to work with functions. You can do work with this technology or do use of this AI feature, this flash fill with a small data set, and you can work with a large data set also, but if visual check is possible. So you cannot work with this blindly. Got it? What else can be done? Suppose you are working here. Let me delete it. I am just coming here. I'm typing RRSNF. What I've done here? The first
Taken the
character
first.
from column B to column F, first character of each text has been extracted, joined together. Next, I'll type KSASH. Then I'll type SSSEC, press enter. But you see here, what is happening here? This is not the correct value. This is not the correct value. What is happening here? It's taking R&D. It happened because of what? Because of this R&D. This special character is there. If there is no special character like this, it would have given the correct output. But wherever it found R&D, it's giving this output. What you will do here? You will come here. You will remove it. Type SRRNK. Enter. When you typed it, you see subsequently all the text got corrected. You see all the corrections. I only typed here. I made the correction only in this cell, but all the subsequent values also got corrected. This is how you can take use of this help, and whatever corrections you can make, you can do that also. Got it? For example, I want that the name should be like R.Raja, S.Kuldeep. Control E. Got it? Clear?
So in short means in big data set, this classical may not be guaranteed to give correct accurate answer.
It's possible. It depends upon the data you are dealing with. If this data has something which is very different from others data set, it will give you different result. But visual check is essential. You can correct that also. All right. But you have to work with caution. You cannot work it blindly. But you know this technique, you applied it, but you will find that at later point of time, you will see that the data is different. Different output is coming. So you cannot work with blindly. So it has to be used with caution. Because you are responsible for the data. So you have to take precautions while working with it. Then the next thing is that we're going to discuss is logical operators. Whenever we have to compare two values in mathematics, we do what? Is equal to, greater than equal to, less than equal to, less than, greater than, not equal to. These operators we generally use while comparing two values. Similarly, in Excel also will make you take use of these help of these operators and do the comparison. Do this logical test. This is called logical testing. Comparing two values will return either true or false. So this is logical comparison. What is this? Logical comparison. Logical comparison will return only either it will return true or it will return false. If a particular comparison is fine, is okay. For example, you are comparing a value A with B. When you see that whether A is equal to B or not, so A and B are not equal. So it will return what? True or false? It will return false.
False.
Yes. So this is how it works. So I'll be explaining about the if functions. If functions are known as the conditional functions. To check a particular condition, to check a particular logic, to perform a logical test. And depending upon the result of that logical test, what action you want to perform. So you can automate your task of comparing values and getting some results. I just want to explain that with an example. Here you see, this is column B, which contain actual expenses. This is budgeted expenses. And sometimes you see that actual expenses is more than budgeted expense. I want to see the condition has been specified here. The condition says if actual expense exceeds the budgeted expense, then the result is over budget. Else it is okay. So I want to display some text depending upon the result after the comparison is made. What I will do, I will see whether actual expenses are greater than budgeted expense. If they are, it will display a result. Wherever it is exceeding, it will display okay, over budget. Wherever it is not exceeding, it will display over. Got it? This is how I want to do. I'll come here. Right is equal to. The function name is if. What it does? The description says checks whether a condition is met and returns one value if true, another value if false. So it will check a condition, return one value if true, another value if false. How it works? So first parameter is what? Logical test. It will perform a logical test. This logical test, every logical test will either give you true or false. There are only two possible outcomes, either true or false. I'll do this. I'll compare this B5, check whether B5 is exceeding C5 or not. If B5 exceeds C5, I'll press comma. In this case, it is true because 1200 is exceeding 900. So here it will return true. What value I want to display? Value if true. Here you will write that value which you want to be displayed when this logical test returns true. So I want to display over budget because actual expenses are more than the budgeted expenses, comma. value if false. If this logical test is not true, it will be false. What other characters you want to display? So you want to display okay. So it's giving you a text. Here, what action you have performed? As a value, you are displaying a text. Value is, it's displaying you value if false. What value? Value is in terms of text. You have to write the text within double quotes. That is why OK is enclosed by double quotes. Over budget is also a text. It is also enclosed by double quotes. It means if I copy and paste, I'll get this job automated. Wherever it's not exceeding, it will display OK. Wherever it is exceeding, it will display over budget. It means, I don't want to show these text. I want to display some numbers. If it is correct, I want to display 100. If it is incorrect, display 200. I can do anything. It's all up to me. How you want to distinguish it. So wherever 100 is coming, actual expenses is exceeding. Wherever 200 is coming, it's not exceeding. So you can do it like this. Display 1 if it is true, display 0 if it is false. You can do like this also. You can write the formula also. If it is exceeding, give me the difference. So this B5 minus C5. It will come without quotes. Numbers will come without quotes. Only text will be within double quotes. Got it? Comma. If it is not exceeding, display 0. So wherever it is exceeding, it will show you the difference. It is exceeding by what amount? It's exceeding by 300 rupees. Here it is exceeding by 100 rupees. Here it is exceeding by 800 rupees. So you can write, the purpose to explain this is that you can perform a logical test. You can display a one value if it is true. You can display another value if it is false. Values may be text. Value can be a formula. Value can be a number. What do you want to display? It's all up to you. Clear? Any confusion? No. So this is the beauty of this, and you have automated your task. Not only you are doing calculations, but you are doing comparison also. With respect to the comparison, subject to the values, you are behaving, your values function is behaving differently. And here we have another example of nested if function. What this nested if function will do? Nested if means we'll be using more than one if function together. Single if is not capable enough to handle all the three conditions here in this example. Earlier we had only single condition. Now we have the data, but we have to match with three conditions. So one if will not help us to solve all the three conditions at once. So we'll be writing one if within another if. Multiple ifs are required. That is why this concept is known as nested if. How to do it? I'll come here. I'll invoke if function. First of all, please understand the conditions. Sorry. Names are given. Marks code is given. Result I want to display. And result will be depending upon the conditions mentioned in column G, which says if the marks code is more than 75 or equal to 75, even equal also will pass, you are passed with distinction. This is my result in text within double quotes. If the marks are less than 33, result will be failed. If it is greater than or equal to 33, will be passed. So I'll do what is equal to, I'll write if function. I'll check whether this marks stored in C17 and 65, if it is greater than equal to 75. And if it exceeds, what value you want to display? Value if true. Passed. Distinction. Comma. Value if false. Now, if this is not true, I will not close the braces here. I'll check the other condition. But when you will check other condition? If only one condition is, the previous condition is not true, then only you will check for the conditions. If single condition, the first condition that you have met is true, you will be out of this loop. You will not check other conditions. You will only check other condition if one condition is not True. So that is why we are in value if false. It means this is not true. I will check another, I will invoke one more if and check whether this is now, is it greater than equal to 33? So I'll write, if it is true, I'll write past. And comma, value if false. If this is also not true, I will not check the condition now because there are only three conditions. Two are false. So it means only third will be. So I will simply write the text. If this is not true, this is not true, it means what is true? It's failed. You have got failed. You will not check the condition. You will simply write the text, enter. You have automated the task of getting result. Now you have compared three, on single if can handle single condition. You need multiple if because you have more than one conditions installed. And that too, not more than one conditions. All conditions will not be checked simultaneously. Each condition will be done held separately. If one condition is not true, then only you will check the other condition. Otherwise, you will never go and check the remaining conditions. If one is true, you will not go for the second condition. You will not check it. You will come out with the result. Got it? You will display value if true and come out. This is how it works. But there is a limitation. What limitation is that? You must understand that also. You see, it's giving you that it checked for a distinction and displayed the result. For example, I will not, it's giving you this one result. Now I'll check with what if I check, say, if it is greater than equal to 33, it will be passed. I'm not checking the distinction first. I'm checking whether it is passed or not. Comma. If first condition is not true, I'll check for what? If this is less than 33, it is failed. Else it will be distinction. It is displaying past. You will not never get the result as distinction. Because once you scored 88 marks, you are passed. Yes, passed. But you are 88, you have scored distinction as well. But once you will check for past, it will display the past and it will never check other conditions. So distinction will never come because distinction you are checking at later stage. So there must be an order to check the values. The higher value should be checked first. The higher value should be checked first. So you have to follow the descending order. You have to follow the descending route, descending order. So that is why I have followed the descending order. I am able to get the correct result. But here it's not giving the correct result. Got it? Clear? Do it now. Do it yourself. Do it yourself. Done? Okay, it's very easy. But you should know how to work with conditional functions. It's very important. Because you'll be doing these things quite often. I believe everyone has done it. Okay, next. Okay, I can see responses as well in the chat box. Pranav, Arnav, Vanshika, Khushi. Only 4 responses. Everybody else, please type the responses in the chat box. Drop your responses once you have done.
So I think I've done the next one, that is example field. I thought you said that
Which one?
the next is with, the next worksheet.
This one.
Yes, the first is sales figure.
You've done it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no issues.
I thought you were asking to do that.
No. I'll be just coming to this now. Chale, let's start it. Here we have 3 different examples to deal with if. This is the simple if that we have already worked. This is if with and, it's different. If with or is also different. So how these are different together? First of all, the simple if that we have already done. We have sales names of sales representatives in column B. In column C, we have sales figures given by each sales representative. Then we have new customers introduced by a particular sales representative into the business. And then we need to see or check the eligibility status of the bonus, whether one is eligible for the bonus or not. But what is the condition? What is the criteria? Criteria is specified in this blue box. Yes, it says if the executive has achieved more than $5,000 of sales, then he or she is eligible for the bonus. Otherwise not eligible. I'll come here, write if function, check whether this sales figures is greater than $5,000. If it exceeds value of true, then bonus is eligible. Bonus, else no bonus. Or say not eligible. Click here, double click. You will see that who are eligible and who are not. So those who are exceeding 5,000 are eligible. Those who are not exceeding 5,000 are not eligible. Got it? So bonus will be awarded to those who get the bonus as string. Now, here, criteria changed. Only the sales figures will not determine the bonus. We'll be using new customers data also. These 2 columns. Earlier, we referred only single column, column C, sales figures. But now we'll be referring to both the columns. The condition says, the condition is different now. It says, if the sales figures are more than $5,000, at the same time, and means at the same time, he or she has brought in at least 5 new customers into the business. Okay? Then he is eligible or she is eligible. So it means you have to perform in both the columns. You must perform in both the columns in terms of sales figures and in terms of new customers as well. So what I'll do here, come here is equal to if function, because you have to perform more than one logical test. So I'll be using one function called and. That too, you have to check all the conditions simultaneously. That is why we are using and. Why we are not using nested if here? Because it's not like that if one condition is not true, then only you have to check the other condition. You have to check simultaneously. So that is why we have to use another function called AND. So here I'll be performing the logical test, but the logical test is not one. I have more than one logical test. I will write AND function here. Open the braces. Read the parameter carefully. Then you will understand it. What it says. Logical 1, comma logical 2. What parameters it is expecting? And no.
At least
I'm talking about the AND function. When you invoke the AND function, the list of parameters of AND function, what it is showing you. Logical 1, comma logical 2, comma 3 dots. How many logical tests you can perform with
255.
single AND? 255 logical tests can be performed. This is what I wanted to explain you. So this AND function will help you to simultaneously perform multiple logical tests. And all it will only return true if all the logical tests are true. For example, you have 10 conditions. If you have done well in all the 10 conditions, then only you will be awarded a bonus. If out of 10, even a single condition is not good, even you have not performed even a single condition and 9 are good, 9 are true, 1 is false, you will still be returning false. So I'll do what? I'll check whether sales figures are greater than $5,000, comma. Logical 2, I'll check whether this is greater than equal to 5, at least means equal to will become. Because there are only two conditions, no more logical test. I'll close this AND function here. It must be closed, comma. Value if true. If we have performed in terms of sales figures and in terms of new customers, then only it is true. When it will be true, you are eligible for the bonus. Else, not eligible or no bonus. You whatever you wish. Not eligible. Copy it and paste it. Double click will not work here. For double click to work, there should be something in adjacent column. Then only double click works. Come here. Now you see those who were eligible are not eligible here. Maximum people who were eligible in this case are not eligible here. So number of not eligible participants increased. Because if you are performing in terms of, say, for example, this one, take this example. This one. For this condition, only the only the sales figures was essential. You have performed, you are eligible. But here, the number of customers are less than 5. So that is why not eligible here. But now the management thought that no, it's very difficult to. We know that we should encourage the employees. So we should be relaxed with this policy. I'll change the conditions. I'll say if the executive has achieved more than $5,000 in sales or brought in at least 5 new customers, he or she is still eligible for the bonus. It means you have to perform either in one condition. You are not supposed to perform in both. If you have earned more than $5,000 of sales, you are eligible. Okay, and if you have not, for example, the number of customers introduced by the business are only 2, still you will be getting the bonus. But if you have number of customers are more than 5, but the sales amount, the sales figures are less than 5,000, still you'll be getting the bonus. So this is the OR. So OR will bring more and more people into bracket of bonus distribution. I'll write a function, logical test I'll perform. I'll check whether this is, sorry, I will be writing a function and I'll write OR. OR will help you to write more logical tests, logical 1, logical 2, similar to AND. You can perform 255 logical tests. You will check whether this is greater than $5,000, comma, if this is greater than equal to 5, everything will remain same. Simply AND will replace OR. OR will replace AND. And you will be writing bonus, else not eligible. Copy it and paste it. Now compare the data. Compare the results. See, more and more people are becoming eligible here. This person was not eligible in the first condition. Second also he was not eligible. But here in the third condition is become eligible. So maximum people will be eligible in our condition. You can notice it. And how it works, I just want to explain that also.
So what is the reason for not copying the entire thing by just double clicking at the bottom?
Yeah, double clicking is not working here because you must have something in adjacent column. Otherwise, how Excel will determine up to what extent it has to be pasted or copied. It will not come to know about the limits, up to what extent it has to paste. So that the adjacent column will give the limits that up to this point you have to paste it. That is why double clicking is not working. So it only works when something is there in adjacent column. Either here, either in left or right. Now I will explain you. This is my AND function. This is OR function. This is say condition 1. This is condition 2. This is the result I want to get. If the first condition is true, second is also true, the result will be, final outcome will be true. If in case of AND, both the conditions must be true, then only true will come. If either of the condition is false, so this is true, but this is false, the result will always be false. Here also, if it is false, this is true, still the result will be false. If this is false, and this is also false, it will be false. Here, if it is true in case of OR, and this is also true, it will be true. In case of OR, if it is true, and this is false, still it will hold true. If this is false, first one, second is true, still it will give you true. And if both are false, it will result false. So the possibility of true is very less with AND. Possibility of true is more with OR. So you have to analyze, what do you want? You want more truths or you want more false? All right. So what do you want? Depending upon the result, you will be making the selection of AND or OR. There is one more function called NOT. Though I'm not going to explain you, but I'll be giving you some idea. NOT. NOT will do simply what? If the final result is true, it will convert into false. Whatever result, it will convert that. So if getting it, if the result is say false, it will change it to true. And if it is true, it will return to false. Here, bonus is what? Bonus is coming as true. But if I want to convert this result into not, I will write not here now. What is happening here? Not opening braces. What it will do now? In this case, it was bonus. It was true. But it will give you not eligible. Reverse result. If you want reverse result, false, you will use not. So not will simply reverse the result. If it is true, it will convert to false. If the final result is false, it will return true. Got it? It will negate the final outcome. So this was all about this if, else, if, and if with or nested if. I think you have the greater clarity now how it works. Clear? So please do it yourself and then we will conclude the session for today. I hope you have learned something in today's session. मुझे लगता है ऑनलाइन में the people have slept. They are not responding at all. Arnab, Srishti, Harshari,
Yes, sir. Yes.
Kushi. So you have learned something or you felt
Yes, sir.
bored?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What parameters? These one. This one. Okay, you do it. Very simple.
So will the class be uploaded online immediately?
No, no, ma'am. By the end of the day, it will be uploaded on the portal. You will be
Okay.
able to view that. You'll be able to access that. Yeah.
Okay.
And in case it's not, you are not getting the video, you can please mention in the group itself. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which portal are you referring to this?
Sorry.
Which portal are you talking about? That you will.
I think you have been given some assignments exercise or not. So then you need to mention in the group itself that please give us access to see to view the recordings. They'll give you the login and password and everything you'll be getting, and you'll be able to access. You'll be getting the access rights as well, right? Please do mention in the group itself right now.
Is this the CFI app?
Yeah, I think this is the app. This yeah, this app. Yeah, you need to click on this account only. You need to click on this. This is your account.
Yes, sir, this is my account.
So you'll be able to see the recordings here also, I think.
I think
don't
these are already recorded lessons.
Right, is my subscriptions, purchase history settings. No, it's not giving the recorded sessions at all.
I think this might be the older sessions. Just for
Yeah.
a trial, like before,
I think this is
just to get familiar, like how the classes are going to be.
yeah. I think this is the issues only. So you need to click on some logins will be provided. The
Okay.
same login will be if you have these credentials with you, you can work with the website also.
Okay. So are you also in the group?
No, I'm not there.
Okay, so sir, what if you're practicing and have some doubts, then we can,
Yeah.
where can we ask that?
Yeah, what you can do is in case of any problem, you can ask in the subsequent session before the subsequent session will start. On next Saturday, you can put up your queries. We'll take up those queries. All right.
So the queries will be in a separate then?
No. In the same class we'll be having next Saturday.
Okay.
So Saturday, before we start the class, 15 minutes will be taking for your doubt clearance.
Okay.
In case of related to the previous session, you have any clarification you want to seek, any doubt you have, you can put forward with your doubts and we'll be solving that and then we'll start the session.
Yes.
So this is done. Everybody has done this example. Have you solved it? And all is clear. Not is also clear. So this is all about this session. So only I think 1 or 2 minutes are left. So we should conclude the session now. We'll be joining the next session on Saturday, next Saturday. Same timings. Please try to be on time so that we can start it. Because a lot more things have to be covered. And the sessions are going to be very engaging and exciting one. So please do join on time. Thank you, everyone.
So it will be from 2 to 6, right?
2 to 6, yes. The next session will be 2 to 6. And I'll try to, They compensate 1 hour. This is because this class has to be for 4 hours. So 1 hour I'll be compensating in subsequent 3 classes anyhow. Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.